Okay, now we look at bearings of objects relative to one another. So we have an example which says give the bearing of P from Q. You give the bearing of P from Q. We give the bearing of P from Q. So the bearing of P, this P there, from Q. So from the previous video, those notes which we have learned that if there's a word from, meaning at that point you draw your north. This means that this question is telling us to say of P from Q. So this means that at Q we draw at the north. Now in this case the north is already there. Now after we draw the north, meaning we move clockwise direction, not until we meet line PQ. So this is line PQ. This is the direction we have moved to meet line PQ. What is next? Now using the protractor, we are going to find the angle. So, like what I mentioned earlier on, I said angles on a straight line. If you look at this line here, from the north there, we go up to this dotted line here, or the broken line. We are seeing it as the angle which is a straight, as a line which is straight. So if we move from here up to this point here, it is the same as moving from the zero protractor there up to this point here, which is 180. I want to believe this is visible enough. Okay, this is visible enough. So we are moving from zero there, which is our zero degrees. We are moving all the way until we have reached our 180 there degrees. So this tells us to say this angle alone from this point up to here is 180. Okay, angles on a straight line, they add up to 180. Now, what is this angle which is remaining? This angle, we name it as X, but the question, from this question here, we have already been given this angle, and this angle is 75. So, the bearing of P, I'll just say therefore, the bearing of P from Q is equal to 180 plus 75 degrees. And what is 180 minus 75? We have 5, not 180 minus 75, but 180 plus 75. So we are going to have 0 plus 5. The answer is 5. Then we have 8 plus 7. The answer is 15. 5 remainder 1. Then 1 plus nothing, it will be 1. Then that 1 plus the remainder 1, it will be 2. So the final answer for the bearing of P from Q is 255. The answer is 255. So this marks the end of this question. Let us see question number B. So please, can you copy this one as we go to question number B? So make sure to pause the video, then you finish copying it, then we go to another question. So this is example B, which says give the bearing of Q from P. We give the bearing of Q from P. So the issue is from P. The issue is from P. So that is what we have. The issue is the bearing of Q from P. So the from is where we are going to draw our angle, or we are going to draw our north. Then we move clockwise direction from the same P. So this, in this case, our from, we are from P going to Q. So at P, we are going to draw the north. The north, which is already there, if it was not there, we would have drawn it. Why? Because they are saying from P. So we draw the north, then now we move clockwise direction. So the clockwise direction, it will be like this. So now what angle is this? What angle is this? Now, there is one principle which you need to know when you are dealing with angles. When you are dealing with angles, there is a principle which says two parallel lines. Two parallel lines, they form angles which add up to 180. They form angles which add up to 180. So if this line and this line, these two lines are parallel to each other, meaning if you add this angle here, which is angle X plus angle Y, you get the sum of 180. What am I trying to say? I've brought this concept of these angles so that I work out this one. This means that this angle here, which is angle NPQ, and also this angle here, which is angle PQN, when you add the two, you are going to get your 180. This is the principle we are going to use here. So this means that angle PQ, which is this angle here, the point which is in between the two, it is the angle we are dealing with. Then plus P, Q, and N, this N here. If we add the two, we are going to get 180. So this means that what is this angle here? It is the one we are looking for, NPQ. Then plus, what is this angle here? What angle is this? PQN. PQN. The angle there is 80. So the total we have is 180 degrees. So we have NPQ is equal to 180 degrees minus 80 degrees. So we are going to have NPQ is equal to, what is 180 minus 80? The answer we are getting is 100. The answer we are getting is 100. So this tells us to say, or you can now say, therefore, the bearing of, I'll just say bearing of Q from P, the bearing of Q from P is equal to 100 degrees. So if this had the 2 digits, I would have gone further by putting a 0 at the beginning. So this is what we have, and this marks the end to our question. Thank you so much.